Hello everyone, welcome back to Express VTU for all. In this video, we are going to discuss a very important question from Module 4 of DBMS. So the first question is from concurrency control, where we have to check whether the given schedule is serializable or not. The second question is from SQL, where we have to write SQL queries based on the given tables. So let's start with the first question. So on the basis of this question, we have to do. So our first question is to determine if the following schedule is realizable and explain your reasoning. So firstly we will do this part, then we are coming towards this part. Now our first question is schedule. So before solving the question, let's understand what a serializable schedule is. A schedule is called serializable if its execution produces the same result as some serial execution of the transaction. The easiest way to check this is by using the precedence graph. The rule is very simple. If the precedence graph contains a cycle, then the schedule is not serializable. If the precedence graph does not contain a cycle, then the schedule is conflict serializable. Remember this rule because it is the most important point in this topic. So now we are moving towards our first part, which is the given schedule is T1 of Rx, Wx, like that T2. Then both transaction commit. Now let's identify the conflicting operations here. So conflict occurs when both transactions access the same data item and at least one of them performs a write operation. Here both transactions are accessing the first conflict, which is T1 writes X, and after that T2 reads X. So we draw an edge from T1 to T2. The second conflict is T1 writes X and then T2 writes X. Again the edge is T1 to T2. So we can clearly see here. Notice that there is no edge from T2 back to T1. That means there is no cycle. Since the graph contains no cycle, the schedule is conflict serializable. The equivalent serial schedule is T1 followed by T2. So here is the conclusion we can clearly write. Now we are moving to our second part of our first question, which is the schedule is T1 writes X, T1 reads Y, T2 reads X and T2 writes Y. Then both transactions commit. Again, first identify the conflicting operations. The first conflict is T1 writes X before T2 reads X. Here we can see that. Now look at Y. T1 reads Y before T2 writes Y. In this part, conflict 2. We can see that. Now draw the precedence graph again. There is only one edge. Here we can see that there is only one edge, means no cycle. So our conclusion is simple, which is the schedule is conflict serializable. Equivalent serial schedule, which is T1 to T2. So our final answer for this one, which is both schedules given in this question are conflict serializable. Now we are moving towards our second question, in which we have to solve the SQL queries. So here our question. Consider the table below, sellers, boards and reserves, and we have to write SQL queries for the following question. So first question is write create table statement for reserves. So for the given table, tailors, boards and reserves, under that SID, sname, rating, age, like that. So first we have to create the table statement for reserves. So for that, what we have to do? Here we simply create a table named reserves. It contains SID, BID and day. The combination of SID and BID forms the primary key. Also SID is foreign key referencing sellers and BID is a foreign key referencing boards. This creates the relationship between all three tables. So we can clearly understand the first one. Now our second one, which is find all information of sellers who have reserved board number 101. So how we will do this? Read the question carefully. It asks for all information about sellers. So the output should come from the sellers table. But how do we know which seller reserved board 101? That information is available in the reserve table. So first find all seller IDs whose board ID is 101. Then using those seller IDs, retrieve all details from the seller table. This is exactly what the subquery does. The inner query finds the seller IDs and the outer query displays the complete seller details. Now we are moving to our third question, which is find the names of the sellers who have reserved at least one board. Again, the reserves table tell us which seller have made reservation. So first retrieve all seller IDs from the reserves table. Then using those IDs display the seller names from the seller table. Notice that we have used distinct, means this is because one seller may reserve multiple boards, but we want each seller's name only once. So like that we have to do for the third question. Now we are moving towards fourth question, which is find the name of sellers who have reserved a red board. This question requires information from all three tables. The seller name is available in the sellers table. The reservation details are available in the reserve table. The board color is available in the boards table. Therefore, we join all three tables. After joining, we apply the condition. What's the condition? Which is color is equals to red. Finally, we display only the seller names. Again, distinct is used to avoid duplicate names. So like this we will do for fourth. And now the last one, which is find the average age of seller for each rating level. This question involves grouping. We have to calculate the average age separately for every rating. The average function calculates the average. The group by calculates divide the sellers according to their rating. Then average is applied to each group. For example, if rating 5 has 3 sellers, the average age is calculated only for those 3 sellers. Similarly, rating 7 will have its own average age. That is why group by is required. So for serialization schedule questions, always remember these steps. First, find all conflicting operations. Second, draw the precedencing graph. Then third, check for a cycle. If there is a cycle, the schedule is not serializable. If there is no cycle, the schedule is conflict serializable. For SQL question, always ask yourself two questions. First, which table contains the required information? Second, do I need only one table or do I need to join multiple tables? If the information is present in one table, use that table directly. If the information is spread across multiple tables, use join. So following these simple steps will help you solve almost every SQL query asked in the examination. So if you want these notes, you guys can join our WhatsApp channel and Telegram channel group, whose link is given in the description box. So thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe Express VTU for all.